wonder of it all.
Happy Wednesday,
children of the lawn.
Wilding on Wednesday, better known as Wow.
Oh, Sue says cool lights around their chairs.
Listen, nothing is too good for you guys. You have your fair amount of colors and, whites and, all the official shapes.
And it's snowing.
And, yes, and it's snowing.
I hope you guys have your coats on.
Yep, because you're going to have a couple of inches on the lawn by the time the show's over. That's only because somebody spilled it. All right. So where am I? Look. I did just a little. I didn't want to go nuts. But, I did want to,
Brenda's back.
Yeah. Brenda's back?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
she was getting ready to give your chair away.
No, I was not.
No, she was.
We were concerned.
But we were, listen. Call when you get there. You know that, right? Right?
Now, the other children were watching in. They said that you were under the weather. We're glad you're better.
Oh, well, and I'm laying guilt trips? That's right. Right. Just in time, though.
Okay, now the children were asking about that song.
That song, children. Man, let me tell you what. That is one of the, they say if you dig through enough dirt, you can find some gold. That was certainly some of the gold in the past 3 years, almost 3 years. When I first started doing the show, and most of you know this because you've seen the show and you know what we're doing, and still you come back. He's just straight. Still you come back. Bull's back. All right, I'm just going to do this. So anyway, you remember in the beginning we were doing Pass the Peas, and I, it's interesting how it goes when you do music with new people, different people. Some people respond to it, some people don't. Some people are super creative. Some people are just, it's interesting. And not having come from, not come from a session guy background, it's interesting to see how different people respond to different musical situations. So in the case of that particular record, that was Booker, right? We all know Booker from Friday nights and certainly all the live performances with Corey Glover and so on. And Booker was one of the first people that I sent a track to. I think I sent one to Angus. In fact, I'm sure I did before. I have that as well. But Booker, what he sent me back, it was supposed to kind of go around in a circle. I give it to you, you give it to them, like a game of telephone. By the time it gets back to me, I get to hear what everybody contributed. And so, Booker sent me his part back. And his part was so good that I had to replay my part to it. We were all doing it. There's what they call cutting to a grid. So we're all locked, excuse me, to the same beat. There's a tempo going through it. In this case, it's some percussion stuff. But then Booker said, I got to send it to my friend Ron. He's going to kill this keyboard player. And Ron sent back multiple tracks, like 6 stereo tracks of 6 different keyboards. And if you listen to the thing, there's all kinds of stuff going on in there. There's a B3, certainly a piano and a harpsichord. And, can't call out his patches, but needless to say.
Ron knows his shit.
Yeah. And I have never even spoken a word ever in this world to Ron. Now, to me, that's alien, because if you're a player and I'm playing with you, half of what makes us play well together is that relationship. I gotta know you're crazy too. Or that you don't, maybe you need to be crazy one. That, that's also doable. But, to come back to the realness of the whole thing, Ron sent back 6 tracks. Booker, I had a beautiful track from him. I had my drums multi-tracked. that I replayed to what they played, because they were playing such cool stuff, that how could I not play to that? Because that's what I love to do, is, just follow whoever is just, got something to say. And then I said to Booker, I think I'm going to send this to Tony Bruno. Now, if you're from the island, you know Tony from bands back in the day. If you're an Enrique Iglesias fan, you know Tony as the musical director for Enrique for 20 years.
And guitar player.
What's that?
And guitar player.
Well, yeah, guitar player. Mm-hmm. I take that for granted. And he's been in a number of great projects and so on and so forth. And I had Tony on the show, and I said, if I pass you some peas, and he said, yeah, absolutely. Well, as soon as I hit Booker with it, it came right back in my face.
Yeah.
And then I fixed the drums, and he sent it to Ron, and then it came back in my face, and I think I did another track. So now the whole thing is just rocking. And then I sent it to Tony, and Tony sent it back the next day with guitars on it, like all the tracks, the clean part, the funky, Bruno Mars part, I should say the Nile Rodgers part, but, or what's, anyway, it's, that's a testament to the power of music and our ability to play. I've never been first of all, I haven't been in the same room with any of those guys, Ron and Booker, ever. I've never even talked to Ron or seen him. I don't know what he looks like. I know what he sounds like. Mm-hmm. And Tony, I don't think I've been in the same room with Tony for decades, since maybe the 80s or something like that. Yep. But it's still that family thing, that Long Island music scene, and that's the result of it. So that was the idea behind Pass the Peas. Yeah, so anyway, so that's what that is. We're wilding, right? I mean, we're wilding.
It's Wednesday.
All right. I really wish I could have a camera on her face for this next song, so you'll just have to imagine it. Maybe I'll make the faces too, but this is...
Wait. Gail said if you look at the wreath, at that bow quickly, it could be you in a red onesie. I don't know what she's smoking, but...
I'll put some little feet on there tomorrow.
Well,
don't think I won't.
It could be a little foot.
Don't think I won't, bitches.
Okay, so let's see the faces I make. I know this song.
What song?
This first song.
Okay, you do here?
Yeah, this will be Rat Race Choir doing I Shall Be Released.
There was the face. There was the face.
I didn't realize it was our wedding. Oh my God. And this is our wedding song, I Shall Be Released.
Yeah, not.
Oh,
man. Two awkward ships in the night. She's saying, let me out of here. I've got to get out of here.
I don't want to dance. Told you I wasn't going to dance. Why? Because you make me dance.
And the long intro's got to be killing her. She said, do we have to stay here for a little bit?
There are people watching me dance.
Oh, God. This is one of the funniest things ever. Oh, there's Goober.
That would be Chris Peck.
Yeah, Chris.
The original singer for Rat Race Choir. And to sing. It was his house.
Oh, there he is. He's going to sing. This would be interesting. You've heard me talk about the original singer for Rat Race Choir. This is him about to back up the band with Dave. That's Chris Peck. And just like before, there's Neil. So now I know that we're in gear. She would rather have sex on this dance floor than to continue dancing.
I don't think so.
Oh, God.
person on drums is Chris Catalano.
Yeah.
He's a very good friend of ours. He was a drummer, and he was in a band with Steve Stevens.
Right. If you've seen the episode with Steve, that's who. Oh, good. You're off the hook, kid. That's the guy who took Steve Stevens to see Rat Race for the first time.
That's right.
And he was he's
They
a
were
great
in a band
friend.
called One Hand Clap.
Yeah. And Chris,
Chris was a great guy.
he was a great guy. He was the one when I was in that fateful night in July. When I was unable to make my gig and wound up in the hospital, he was the one who brought Lori back and forth
Yep.
to the hospital.
That's right. Oh, Keith Crane. Hey, Keith.
Keith in the
He
house.
said he loves it. Us dancing.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. This is like I feel like I'm on Dean Martin's roast or something. But anyway, so yeah, that was quite a day. What's next on the hit parade, honey?
The magician joke.
Oh,
You know, wilding.
we're wilding, and I don't care how many times you see something. If it's infectious laughter, I know that I will be crying by the end of this, and I cannot explain it. I don't try to explain it. I don't care to explain it, but so I want, honestly, if you get infected with this particular thing, because I'll be crying by the end of it. So anyway, this is God.
All right, then you can go back to what you're
You had a
doing.
good week then. So you're ready for the magician joke?
Yes, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay. Magician is up on stage, and he's just about to finish his act, and he's going to do his last trick, and he says, I'd like a volunteer from the audience. And he says, I'd like somebody, a big man if possible, and everybody's pointing at this guy, and the guy doesn't really want to get up, but the guy, come on, sir, please, help me out with this, help me out. Big guy, right, about 6'4", like Booker's size, 6'6", monster of a guy. And so the magician says, sir, I want you to take this sledgehammer, 20-pound sledge, and bang it on the floor and show everybody that it's real. So he bangs it on the floor, and it rattles the whole place. And he says, oh, it's real. So the magician says, okay, now I'd like you to take the sledgehammer and hit me as hard as you can with it right here. And the guy says, I don't really want to do that. I'm not really comfortable doing that. And the magician goes, it's a trick. It's a trick. So the guy says, okay. And he swings the sledgehammer back, and he comes through, and this guy's head explodes, right? The magician just crumbles right down on the stage. And the guy with the sledgehammer he's like losing his mind, right? I can't believe that I just did this. And they take the magician out, and they put him in the ambulance, and the guy's all worried and upset. That nobody's giving him a hard time, but he follows the ambulance all the way. Follows the ambulance all the way to the hospital, and he's waiting in the waiting room for like 15 hours, right? And he keeps asking, can I see him? Is he all right? So the nurse comes over. He's been there like almost all day. And she says, the magician would like to see. The magician would like to see you now. And so the guy walks in, and the magician's head is bandaged up. There's blood soaking through the whole thing. And he's going, The guy says, I can't understand you. I can't understand what you're saying. I have to put my head down. And he puts his head right down by the bandages. And the magician goes, ta-da! Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh, that was great! It's like, what are you laughing at?
oh man.
Shoot,
That is,
man.
that is funny.
It's...
That was some contagious laughter.
Oh, my God. I'm crying again. Anyway, let's see.
You are. You're crying again.
I am. I'm crying again. How about a Christmas
Because
commercial?
we're wilding.
We are wilding. Here you go.
Yes. Beautifully done commercial.
Oh, that's our crack art department.
Yep, that's
Down
right.
crack. Okay. Just checking.
Oh
Sure we're in the
man.
season here. It was okay. Oh God. That when something I love to laugh like that. I guess you might not have known that. But God, he did this. Do you remember the Hunchback joke? Is that our Hunchbacks part of not being PC anymore? Or
That's
is that
fine.
not a problem? Okay. I don't know. Do you remember the Hunchback joke?
I do.
Anyway,
Boy, did Angus and you lose it on that one too?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And it's so much fun when you're especially when you can see the person that you're telling a joke to. You kind of feed off of that, and you start embellishing on the story. I mean, by the time you get done telling the magician joke, there's
Oh, you don't have your mic on. Thanks, Lori.
yay!
If I could see the red,
Oh, if
light,
you were looking,
I don't know why you can't turn it.
are you here?
I mean, there you go. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you, Lori. You rat! So, I need my mic. I really do. It's a problem if I don't have the mic. Okay, so all right, what's next on the hit parade there, Sparkplug?
Angus's birthday, but it's not Angus's birthday.
Oh God! But this is another one of those things. I see this, it just makes me laugh. I was just looking for crazy shit to play for you because it's that time of year when you play crazy shit.
It's that time of week.
And it's not Angus's birthday. It's also not Christmas, right? Yet, but it's not Angus's birthday. But I just found this in my, going through the bin, my end of the year bin, and this was
the
from
garbage can.
yeah, garbage can. And this is the this is from Angus' birthday party.
Okay, I don't even remember Angus's birthday party.
You will.
Oh, I remember this. Oh shit.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
At least this one's in sync.
to you.
You can tell that's New Orleans too.
Happy birthday, dear Angus. Little boofer boy. Happy birthday to you.
Oh and there's Angus.
Yeah.
So you see, we're wilding. I mean, that's really, we're just
Crazy on Wednesday, people.
oh
We're
God.
saying every other day, but watch out on Wednesday.
Yeah, watch out on Wednesday. Why? We're not really sure. It just
Because
kind
you
of
need it on Wednesday.
yeah, it's Hump Day.
That's right.
You got to get through. Then tomorrow's Throwback.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Let me get the guy's name that we're throwing back.
you did
I have to get his name.
get his name.
Yeah, he's the guy in Double Vision.
Oh, well, no, we threw him back last
No,
week.
yeah, the Russian guy.
Oh, Alex.
Alex. Okay.
Yes, that'll be a great one to throw back.
Yeah, he was really good.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah.
So we don't have to talk about him yet. Let me get.
No, we don't have
we
to
don't
talk
know
about
his
him.
last name off the top of our heads. I have to find it.
I don't know if we can. Well, we can find out. But it's Alex, the keyboard player from Double Vision.
Lori wants to know where her star button is. I don't know, Lori.
Where her was a star
Button.
Oh wow, is it not on here?
Lori went ew about the drag queen. Hey, I know her. Steve has nothing to say to that.
I do have nothing to say to that. Not one little thing do I have to say to that.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I used to hang out in the French Quarter, and my best friend's cousin was a bartender at one of the gay bars. And we were underage, so we got to go in the gay bar where he worked. So we had lots of fun without anybody hitting on us.
Duh.
Duh.
Oh,
Huh?
well, yeah. Listen, you had something watching over you. Crazy.
Well,
What?
nobody's
Well,
gonna do anything to you in a gay bar. To a
no,
girl.
I didn't.
And her cousin was the bartender.
Well, that's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
Then I suppose, isn't it? Is that where you were coming home from and you hit the car twice?
No, that was in Slidell.
Oh,
Second
Silly
story.
me.
That was second story.
second store. Oh, so only a couple of miles from home.
Yeah, and I
And you
lived
managed to
next
hit a car twice?
I lived next to Pat's house in
Oh,
that apartment.
not Pat.
So that was after Felix. and I
not Pat
broke up.
Romano.
No, I was of age then.
Of age.
Mm-hmm.
What, to hit cars?
No, I had drink kamikazes.
All right. Well, anyway, I just thought, it was a good Christmassy kind of story.
No one was hurt.
No one was hurt. Man, I'll tell you what, at Christmas, this time of year, not since we're down here, but back in New York when it was cold and Christmassy and all that, it always, it always reminded me of that Christmas Eve horror ride with Larry and our roadie Bobby. Christmas Eve, I don't even remember what year it was. I was 17, so what year could it have been? I don't even know.
Oh, you got to do the math, bud.
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
My girlfriend had rented me. Well, she didn't rent it for me. We had played a gig. The band had played a gig, and we had a U-Haul van. Ford Econoline, orange and white, beautiful structure. And my girlfriend said, I'll let them keep it for another week, and so I got to drive around like a car. All right. And anyway, every time I think of New York, I think of that horror story, trying to run away from the cops on snowy roads, because I had a junior operator's license on Christmas Eve.
Right.
Wound up in jail, wound up in court,
Had to cut his hair.
had to cut my frickin' hair. We're getting ready to go out to the Hamptons already. It's summer. We're still doing this crap. Quite a story. But that's what,
Well, how does the story end for those that haven't heard it?
Oh, you can't just tell them part of it.
Well, then you need to tell the story, I think.
The whole story? Oh, all right. I'm 17 years old. Do you really want to do the math there, producer?
Oh, okay.
17 years old, so I would have been the other side of.
I just do 1952 plus 17, right?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
What do you got?
1969.
Okay, so 69. And I'm driving along in this U-Haul van with Larry, the keyboard player, and Bobby, our roadie. And this was back when, if you remember, the old vans used to have the motor in between the seats, and you could actually, if you were crazy enough, you could sit on there and have 3 people in a row. And so that's what we were doing. And we had a mattress, just to, so that we had something to sit on or hang when we were hanging out. We could sit down on the mattress. And I never even thought of what happened to the U-Haul van.
Or the mattress.
Mattress.
What do you do with the mattress?
No, but I never thought about that. Okay, so anyway, so it's 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, Christmas Eve. We have no drugs, no nothing, and we're just driving around aimlessly in a snowstorm on Christmas Eve. Nobody's out, nothing's open, and all of a sudden I pick up a White Plains cop behind me, and I'm thinking, because I got a junior operator's license, I don't want to get, a ticket on Christmas Eve. So we're driving down Mamaroneck Avenue, heading towards Mamaroneck, and I decide, I'm gonna turn off this road because I don't want this guy's really making me nervous. Right? And I turn into a residential area, a short block, right, and then I make a right, so I'm on the other side of the houses, and the cop can't see me, right? He knows I turned, but now I haul ass down this street, make another right turn, come up to the highway, to the main road again, cross over it into another residential area, pursued by said cop with lights blaring and sirens wailing. And so I'm freaking. I'm on major freak out, and the van's going all over the place. Nobody's wearing seat belts. Bobby's not even sitting in a real seat. He's on the motor, the compartment, and I don't know where we are, and I'm flying along, and I can see this guy's lights flashing off the snow, around. It's like he's on the other side of a hill. I'm going up a hill. He's coming. There's nowhere to even go, right? There's no place. I don't know where I am, so I have no idea whether there's a turn coming or not. So all of a sudden, I go over the hill, and I can't see the cop. He's on the other side of the hill. And I get the brilliant idea to turn into somebody's driveway at 35 or 40 miles an hour. No. Pinwheel down the hill, right? Wind up this far away from a telephone pole, facing the other way. By the time the cop comes over the hill, I'm facing the other way. Oh, force field. I'm facing the other way, and I just take off back up the hill, and I'm thinking, wow, this is great, right? Because he just went right. He wasn't even going to try to stop, right? He just goes sailing by me, and I figure, well, okay, that's that. All I got to do is get out of here, go home, and I'm home free. And so we get back up to the top of the neighborhood, where it's just about to dump out onto the main road, and I said, left or right, left or right? And Larry goes, left. And I turn left, and there is a frickin' roadblock. Like all blue and White Plains police cars, bubblegum machines lighting up, and just cops with guns, and just insane. And they rip open the doors, and they pull us out of the van. They slam me up against my side, and I can hear them with the other guys, Bobby and Larry, on the other side of the van. And they're looking.
Force field.
What?
Force field.
Oh, force field. and so there had to be, I don't know, 10 cops there. Lots of cars, 6 cars. It was insane, right? Like a movie. And they go through the van, and you can hear the guy say, it's clean, or there's nothing in it. I didn't find anything. There's nothing in there. There's nothing to find. And so the cop says, what were you doing? Why were you running away from that officer? I said, I I have a junior operator's license. And I didn't want to get in trouble. And so the cops all of a sudden start laughing and mimicking the other cop on the radio going, I have a Christmas Eve bandit in a U-Haul truck stealing Christmas presents on Avondale Road or wherever the hell it was, whatever neighborhood, upscale Westchester neighborhood it was. And they are goofing on this cop like major, right?
Oh, man. Which means bad news for you.
Bad news for Stevie. And all of a sudden, here he comes. And it skids up like frickin' Kojak, right? And he jumps out of the car, and these guys are going, hey, I got the Christmas Eve bandit. Hey, check out, yeah, big horn. They're all laughing and Christmas Eve-ing. And this guy, he hit me with so many charges that I should have been a battery. It was...
And he didn't even do anything wrong.
Well,
except drive without...
It's not entirely true, you know. But I was arrested and taken to jail, and
Was
this
that your
guy.
First arrest?
What? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And yeah, but okay. So it was the night before Christmas, and so he arrests me, and I go downtown, and they put me in a cell, and they call my mother.
With other people in it?
No, there was nobody in it. There was, I guess, because I was underage, they couldn't really risk doing that.
Yes, that's what they did to me and my friends.
So I went in the bad kids cell. And so I'm in there for I don't even know how long. My mother comes down, right? And I mean, you might as it's like, where's Joan Crawford should have played this role. And so she comes in, oh, what happened, and this and that, and I'm making up, I'm tap dancing like frickin' Gene Kelly. And I said, oh, I don't know. I didn't know. I did. He went right by us. I didn't think he was after us. And now he's mad because the guys are making fun of him. Anyway, so now I have to go to court, right? New Year, January, whatever it is. It's frickin' freezing cold. I have, I'm wearing some stupid blazer with a tie and a shirt. And I have my hair pulled back in a ponytail and stuck inside my shirt, right? So the judge says, Stephen Longo. And I stand
it's
up.
Serious when it's Stephen.
Yeah, with a PH.
That's right.
And he says, you start with failure to yield, speeding, reckless driving, failure to yield, endangering the lives and limbs of a police officer, endangering the lives and limbs of private citizens. What was the thing about hitting stuff? I don't know. I forget. I hit stuff.
You hit stuff?
Yeah, I hit mailboxes and shit.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. But anyway, this guy was reading off so many charges that the place was laughing. And there were junkies in there and all kinds of Christmas nightmares, right? And they're laughing at me. I'm standing up there like it. And he says to me, son, do you have a lawyer? And I said, no. And he said, well, you better get one, because if you're convicted of all these crimes, the minimum is 1.5 years in jail. And I'm like, so I get a lawyer, and I plead not guilty, and the cop testifies that, he was chasing us, and I said I was going the other way, and he went right by me. I said I thought he was on his way to an emergency. I wanted to get out of his way. And so I go through this whole thing, and it goes for months. It's like, it started in January, and it went on, and postponement after this, and it went on for so freaking long that it's like the next summer, not that summer, the next summer. And I'm getting ready to go out to the Hamptons for the first time. I don't want to cut my hair anymore. I'm going to be free for the summer. I mean, we've been going through this shit, and it was something about being a youthful offender that, I'm under 19. If he finds me guilty of everything, I can apply for a youthful offender, and the only thing that I'll be convicted of is my license will be suspended. Okay, so
Sue says it sounds kind of like Alice's Restaurant.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that again.
Yeah, me too.
So anyway, I don't know if Alice's Restaurant went like this. And this is public record, man. I can't make this up. I'm sure there's a docket on it somewhere. There's got to be White Plains, right? Mm-hmm. And so I go away for the summer to the Hamptons. Our first summer in the Hamptons, so that was 71. This was 69, so it's the summer of 71. We've been postponing and having hearings and this and that. No jury. They had, what's the thing when you just have the judge and he listens to your shit? And an arraignment. I don't know what it was.
I don't watch enough cop shows to know that.
Well, all right. So whatever it is, it's just the cop, some witnesses, me, and the judge. There's no jury. So finally we get to the point, it's been put off enough, you know what I mean? And I've kept my nose clean for a year and a half, well, figuratively speaking, for a year and a half, and I'm in no trouble, and I'm, working hard and blah, blah, blah. So I'm coming back from the Hamptons, and we're ready. It's after Labor Day. We're ready to, to have the court date. Because we had the little trial thing where all the, everybody lies. And he was so confused because I said to him, I said, look, I was out.
Where everybody lies?
Yeah, where everybody.
Aren't you under oath?
Well, yeah.
Everybody lies?
Everybody lied. The cop was lying his ass off. He said that he turned his lights on when we were still on Mamaroneck Avenue, and then I ducked into the neighborhood to evade him. That's not even close. I made a left turn and a right turn and was hidden by the row of houses before he could even know where I was.
Right.
Which
And
was
you-
halfway
didn't
down
you-
the... What?
Is this where you represented yourself?
No. No, that was on Long Island.
Oh.
That was racing that hot rod Chevy on 495. So...
That was another incident.
I could tell that story some other time. So anyway, so we go through the trial. The cop's lying. I'm blowing the seat, doing this like he was on my tail the whole time. I say, I'm just driving around. I'm a bored kid, 17 years old. My no girlfriend, no anything. I got my two friends. We're driving around. In a band, and I have this truck, and that's what I got. And so. The judge is perplexed because think about it. When if I was on the other side of the hill, oh look. If I was on the other side of the hill, if I was over here and the cop was over here, and I spun around down like this, and now I'm facing this way, and the cop comes over and goes right by me, I figure, not after me, because he would have stopped.
Right.
At 40 miles an hour on an icy road. So, or whatever it was. Felt like 100 miles an hour. And then, the cops, they interviewed the cops. When I pulled up, how long was it, after I pulled up till the cop pulled up behind me? Right? Yeah. Ask that question. No, okay. What? 4 minutes? What were you doing? Casing the rest of the neighborhood? No. So the judge... So the judge says, I'm going to reserve decision on this case.
Nice, Judge.
Which means I'm not telling you. All right, I got to think about it. And I'm
That's better than him saying guilty.
So he doesn't set a date, and he doesn't set a date, and he doesn't set a date, and now it's frickin' Christmas, and he doesn't set a date, and it's New Year's, and he doesn't set a date, and... it's almost time to go back out to the Hamptons again.
Again?
And I called my lawyer calls me up. And he said...
Now, what time of year is this?
Well, this has got to be like spring.
Okay.
So it's over 2 years or whatever it is.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, thanks, Judge.
Now you're
And he says to me, the judge is going into the hospital for tests, and we're going to have to postpone the decision. I said, well, I'm going away again in a couple of months, and, I'm not going to be back till next September. And the lawyer says, all right. And I said, look, I'm working. It's my job. I can't. It's all the way out on the end of Long Island, and that's where I am for the whole summer. He said, okay. So we play the whole summer, 72, I think it was now, and holy shit. And I'm about to, we pack up for the summer, I'm going home, I call my lawyer calls me, and I said, "Don't tell me, the judge is out of the hospital. He's ready to set the date." And he said, "No, the judge passed away."
Oh.
To which I replied, "What now?" And he said, "Well, they have to throw the case out because he had it in reserve decision or whatever it was, and his once he passed, his records were sealed, so nobody can do that, and they can't try you again." So I didn't even lose my license.
Whoa! Very good story with
Thank
a
you.
good ending, except for the judge dying.
Well, he was going to die anyway. It might as well have been while he could do me a solid, right? I mean,
Now,
come on.
Lori had a little run-in when she was 17.
Uh-oh.
She was able to claim youthful offender
Yeah, youthful offender.
after buying a six-pack at age 17. You can only do this at those certain ages.
Yeah, if you're under 19, youthful offender. That's what believe me, that was what was going to save my ass, supposedly.
And they're all laughing at Alice's restaurant, so it must be something
yeah,
like that.
I'll have to
We're gonna
watch.
have to check that out again. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that since the 70s.
Well, listen now. Listen, Roku.
Well,
Put it on the list.
We're currently into City on a Hill.
Oh, God.
Yeah, season 2.
It's crazy. But don't watch it right before you go to sleep, or you wake up like wanting to choke your friends and shit. It's really not, it's not really nighttime before bed entertainment.
We watch it then.
I know. Didn't feel that last night? Okay, what's next on the hit parade, kid?
Your soccer guys.
Oh, okay. I'm going to leave the sound up for this. This is just amazing. These are, okay, that's great. These are guys that kick the ball. This soccer is so popular now. Everybody's into it, European football. And these are guys who bend the ball to go in the net.
Bend it like Beckham.
Right, well,
Bitches.
Beckham is like number 14. Look at this.
Beckham's number 14.
Look at that. Yeah, I'll go to Beckham's because this is a long
no,
thing.
we haven't watched White Lotus yet, but Savannah
No.
Guthrie thinks it should be nominated for a Golden Globe, so
Look at this.
that'll be next on our list, too.
Look at that. I just am amazed that this is just talk about taking a game to another level. And it was, that's, I'm sure you've heard the Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah.
They're not talking about, I'm not sure what they're talking about, but I'll show you Beckham's. I'll show you Beckham's. This is Beckham's, I think, coming up. Not that one. Watch this ball curve. That's insane. Okay, here we go. Huh? Let's see. I think this is it. No. Oh, this guy's no. Look at that. What? Before he went out of bounds and he managed to turn it in. Boom. Oops. Oh, wow. Here you go. Come on, Dave. Maybe he's number 12. Yeah, no, he's number 12. That's just... I tell you what, I'm not a sport. I don't... But you cannot deny the gifts these guys have. That's just... Look at that. That's what... Here comes Dave. Hi, Dave. Look at that. Bend it like Beckham. I just, I thought that was an interesting thing. I wanted, I had it for Amazing Monday or whatever that crazy shit is we do with Angus. But I never got to it, and I wanted you to see it because they can.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah.
I love that kind of... I love excellence anywhere. It's just,
Well,
I
those
love
guys are
it.
excellent at what they do.
Wow. Well, the thing that's so cool about it is they're changing the game. I don't know if anybody... I'd have to watch Pele, go back to those days to see if they were. But
Well, they're all changing the game. Look at basketball now.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, how remember when they started trapping the ball on the backboard?
Yeah. Oh, Sue says the Saturday Night Live holiday show is on tonight at 8.
Oh, well, we'll have to get out on time. Perhaps we should move along to our next video, sweetheart.
Okay.
What is it?
It's the John Entwistle Band.
Oh.
Playing horror rock and the real me.
Oh, yes. Well, I did an interview the other day, and these songs came up in the interview, and he was talking about how cool it must have been to play the real me with the real him, which was real fun.
Can you see the real me? Can you? Can you? I went back to the doctor to get another shriek. Said he'd tell it about my weekend, 'cause it never could change what it seems. Can you see the real me, doctor? Doctor! Can you see the real me, doctor? Oh, yeah! I went back to my mother. I said, I'm crazy, Ma, help me. She said, I know how it feels, son, 'cause it runs in the family. Can you see the real me, stones like rivers that flow in vain. Strange people who know me, even from behind every window pane. The girl I used to love lives in this yellow house. Yesterday she passed me by, she doesn't wanna know me now. Can you see the real me? Can you? Can you see the real me? Can you? Can you see? Can you see? Can you see the real me? Can you see? Can you see the real me? The real me? Full of lies and hate. I seem to scare him a little, so he showed me to the golden gate. You see the real me, preacher, preacher. Can you see the real me, preacher? Can you see? Can you see? Can you see the real me? Can you see? Can you see the real me? Can you see the real me?
Woohoo! That's right.
What?
What? Oh, they're saying that John makes it look so easy.
Oh. I mean, I'll tell you what. I've been doing a lot of press for Oxzoomed, and did anybody get their stuff yet? I understand that it's,
Lori, Michael, did you
Lori,
get your
Michael, did
stuff?
you get your stuff?
Oh, what year was that? Roger wants to know.
That?
Mm-hmm.
89. 89. 98.
98, Roger.
98. That was, is it 98?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because Gordon was on keyboards. So that was 98 and 99. So, anyway, there's that. So anyway, I'm doing a lot of press and the one thing that they always ask, especially since it's an end whistle record that, we're promoting, what was it like? And it was, it's, I can always come up with some smart answer or some clever thing, but it really was, wasn't like anything. It was like total, it was like the eye of a hurricane. It was, furious, and it was.
They didn't get their pre-order stuff yet.
What?
Wow, we are glad we had some CDs to send you guys.
Man, yeah.
Okay, we got 5 minutes left.
So what happens
We
now?
have one more video to play.
Oh, this is a
and then
good
we
one.
can let the children go watch the Saturday Night Live.
Are we going to watch that, or are we going to eat that tremendous thing that I smell in the
I'm
other?
making a new recipe.
New recipe tonight. That's it's so if you don't see me tomorrow, I'll
It's
see
a
you in the
Trisha
pasture.
It's a Trisha Yearwood recipe.
No, it's good. Trisha Yearwood?
The country
Recipe?
singer.
I know who it
She
is.
has a cooking show.
Isn't she married to Garth?
Yes, she is. And she makes this for them.
She does.
Yeah.
So I'm eating Garth grits tonight?
It's not grits.
Garth grub?
It's baked beans.
The grub of Garth?
Baked beans with hamburger meat in it. And it's been baking in the oven with some onions and some spices and some seasoning. And it looks pretty good. Okay.
Okay, now?
Our next one is...
Yeah, this was fun because this is Rick Nielsen having such a good time that he forgot what band he was introducing. Just pay special attention to the beginning of this. It's fun.
Just in case you're not sure, this is Fort Myers, Florida, and we are fucking having a good time.
Now, I want to be sure you got that. This is Fort Myers, Florida, and we are... Hang on, it.
And we are fucking having a good time.
Well, it's only Rick and Robin from Cheap Trick. And it's Steve and the guys. Twerk.
I love you tonight.
And that, my friends, is how that be done.
Yeah. Okay, now tomorrow night we have Alex Lubin, the keyboard player for Double Vision,
Throwback Thursday.
from September 21st.
That's
I mean
right.
September 1st, 2021.
I mean, what? Okay, so,
So,
dinner's on, and if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
enjoy the Christmas show, people.
Have
See you
fun,
tomorrow.
kids. See you tomorrow.